Yes, my friends, the week has started off very hot behind the scenes for the Baltimore Ravens. We have some great news, and I want to share it with you here. Before continuing, make sure you've already hit the like button, but only do so if you're a passionate Baltimore Ravens fan. If possible, comment something like, "Go Ravens, my heart is purple and black." So here we go. The Ravens are tied for first place in the AFC North, and the news couldn't come at a better time. With a 10-5 record, they're tied with the Pittsburgh Steelers in wins, but due to tiebreakers, the Steelers hold the advantage for now. What makes this moment even more exciting is how everything the Ravens needed this weekend unfolded perfectly. The stars aligned, and the path to securing the division title, while still challenging, seems within reach. Let's talk about what led up to this moment. The Ravens' win over the Steelers was an impressive performance on Saturday. They took care of business in a game that wasn't just crucial, it was decisive. It wasn't a nail-biter, it was a statement. But their success wasn't just about what they did on the field. Across the league, the results were in their favor, making the Ravens rise to the top all the sweeter. The Chargers kicked off the weekend with a win over the Broncos on Thursday Night Football, setting the tone. On Saturday, the Kansas City Chiefs took care of the Texans, and with the Ravens defeating the Steelers, it completed a trifecta of necessary outcomes. As of now, the Ravens are tied with Pittsburgh at 10-5, but the Steelers hold the tiebreaker due to a better record against common opponents. The Bengals are creeping up at 8-7, refusing to fade away, while the Browns sit at the bottom of the division with a 3-12 record. What's exciting here is the playoff picture. Not only have the Ravens clinched a playoff spot, but their chances of winning the AFC North have jumped significantly. According to the New York Times, Baltimore has a 62% chance to take the division title. That number skyrockets to 81% if they win their last two games. But here's the twist. Pittsburgh still controls its destiny. If the Steelers win their final games, including a tough matchup against the Kansas City Chiefs, they will take the division regardless of what Baltimore does. It's frustrating for Ravens fans, but it underscores the razor-thin margins of success in the NFL. Now, let's look at what lies ahead for the Ravens. They face the Houston Texans next, a game they're heavily favored to win with a 91% chance of success. After that, it's the Cleveland Browns, a divisional rival. That game, scheduled for January 5th, carries enormous weight. Winning against Cleveland is arguably more critical than the Houston game because of its divisional implications. The Ravens have beaten both the Chargers and the Broncos, which gives them a technical two-game lead in the standings despite their identical records. Meanwhile, the Steelers' path is a little more daunting. They have a 45% chance to beat the Chiefs, and their final game against the Cincinnati Bengals is essentially a coin flip. For the Ravens, this means that even if they win out, they need just one misstep from Pittsburgh to take the division. But if both teams win out, the Ravens will finish second in the AFC North. That's the hard truth, and it's a reminder of how costly earlier losses, like the one against the Las Vegas Raiders, can be in a tight race like this. It all boils down to execution and a little bit of luck. The Ravens need to treat every game as a must-win, and based on their performance against Pittsburgh, they seem to understand the stakes.
The team is playing with urgency, knowing they still have a shot at controlling their postseason destiny. However, it's impossible to ignore that they need some help from Kansas City or Cincinnati to make this dream a reality. Ravens fans, what do you think? Do you believe Baltimore has what it takes to win out and secure the division? Or do you think Pittsburgh will hold on to the top spot? Let us know in the comments below. And as always, subscribe to stay updated on everything Ravens as we head into this thrilling finish to the season. Stay tuned, and let's hope for more good news in the coming weeks. The stakes couldn't be higher for the Ravens as they prepare for their final games. Head coach John Harbaugh and his team know exactly what's at stake. Winning out is non-negotiable, but it's also not entirely in their hands. That's the bittersweet reality of the situation. The team has fought hard to reach this point, but the early season loss to the Raiders looms large. It's a stark reminder that every game in the NFL matters, especially in a division as competitive as the AFC North. Looking closer at their upcoming matchups, the game against Houston is a chance for the Ravens to showcase their dominance. The Texans are a struggling team, and while no game in the NFL is ever a guaranteed win, Baltimore is heavily favored for a reason. It's the perfect opportunity to build momentum and head into the Cleveland game with confidence. However, the Browns game is where the rubber truly meets the road. Divisional games always bring extra intensity, and Cleveland will relish the opportunity to play spoiler, even with their season all but over. On the Steelers' side, their matchup against Kansas City is pivotal. The Chiefs are a juggernaut, sitting at the top of the AFC with a 14-1 record. If Kansas City plays to its potential, this could be the break the Ravens need. But if the Steelers manage to pull off the upset, all eyes will turn to their final game against Cincinnati. The Bengals, while technically still in the hunt, have little to lose and everything to prove. Their recent form shows they won't roll over easily, making them a dangerous opponent for Pittsburgh. For Ravens fans, this roller coaster ride isn't unfamiliar. Baltimore has often found itself in high-stakes situations, and the team has a history of rising to the occasion. This year, the roster is stacked with talent, from Lamar Jackson's electric playmaking to the defense's relentless pressure. It's a squad built for success, but success requires not only skill and preparation but also a bit of fortune. The New York Times playoff odds paint a clear picture. Winning both games gives Baltimore an 81% chance to clinch the division. Dropping one game, particularly to Cleveland, significantly diminishes those odds. That's why the Ravens' mindset must be laser-focused on execution. Every play, every drive, and every decision will matter in these final weeks. There's no room for error, and they know it. Fans are feeling the excitement and the tension. Social media is buzzing with predictions, debates, and cautious optimism. Many are pointing to the team's resilience and ability to adapt as reasons to believe. Others remain skeptical, wary of how much relies on Pittsburgh stumbling in these final games. It's the perfect storm of hope and anxiety, a familiar cocktail for anyone who bleeds purple and black. The Ravens' road to the AFC North title isn't just about football, it's about pride, legacy, and setting the tone for the playoffs. A divisional title would not only boost their playoff seeding but also send a clear message to the rest of the league. The Baltimore Ravens are a force to be reckoned with. For now, all they can do is handle their business and hope the football gods smile on them. What about you, Ravens fans? Do you think the stars will align for Baltimore to take the division? Will Lamar Jackson and the team deliver in these final games? Or will Pittsburgh maintain their grip on the AFC North? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more updates as we dive deeper into this thrilling race. Let's rally behind the team and see how this story unfolds. Go Ravens! The Baltimore Ravens find themselves in a thrilling position as they head into the final stretch of the season. Tied with the Pittsburgh Steelers at 10-5, the Ravens have officially clinched a playoff spot but still have their eyes set on the bigger prize, the AFC North title. Everything they needed to happen this past weekend went their way. The Ravens dominated the Steelers on Saturday, the Chargers defeated the Broncos, and the Chiefs handled the Texans. Now, Baltimore's fate hangs on a delicate balance of winning out and hoping for a slip-up from Pittsburgh. The path forward is clear but challenging. The Ravens are heavily favored against the Houston Texans, with a 91% chance of victory, but the real test lies in their divisional clash against the Cleveland Browns. That game could decide their chances of winning the AFC North, especially if Pittsburgh manages to upset Kansas City this week. Even if Baltimore wins both games, the division title will only be theirs if the Steelers drop one of their final matchups. Despite the pressure, the Ravens have shown they thrive in high-stakes moments. Lamar Jackson's dynamic leadership, paired with the team's depth and resilience, has them in a prime position to capitalize on any opportunity. The New York Times predicts an 81% chance of winning the division if they win their last two games, a hopeful statistic for fans eager to see Baltimore claim the crown. What do you think, Ravens fans? Will everything fall into place for Baltimore to take the AFC North? Let us know in the comments below.